Hello and welcome to Course 3, Advanced Lessons in CodeJumper. This is Lesson 17 on protocols. The lesson objectives are students will understand the importance and purpose of protocols. All students will be able to state that a protocol is a set of rules for communication. Most students will be able to explain why protocols are important. Some students will be able to give examples of what good protocols should be. So protocol is a set of rules that tells devices on a network how to communicate. So our activity is going to be a unplugged activity. We will not be using for CodeJumper for lesson 17. So the students will be participating in an activity to really demonstrate the importance of protocols. The materials we'll be using are string, Morse code. We'll be watching a Morse code video that is included in the curriculum, and their computer science journal. Okay, so what I have on the screen right now is a table, and the curriculum has the whole table, and I only have A through G. The first column is just the letters of the alphabet. The second column is what the Morse code looks like in print. And in order to have a Braille copy of this, dots and dashes will work in order to interpret, because A is a dot and a dash, B is a dash and a dot, 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 C dash, dot, dash, dot. So going through, you can go through that. This is a protocol. This Morse code is a way to communicate that was used for a long time. And I would feel free to explore more about the history of Morse code and even do a lesson on why Morse code was invented, who used it, and what benefits did Morse code have. So in the curriculum, we have this Morse code table for print and for Morse code. And then you can create a Braille copy as well. So how do we start? What we're going to be doing is having the students watch a video. So the video is seeing and hearing Morse code. On the screen is the print and the dashes and dots that you need for Morse code and the sound. For our students, the visual will not work for them. I would suggest saying the letter before the sound. So let's give it a listen and see how it sounds. B, C, D, E, and so on. So we have, oops, there it starts again. So we have that they can spend their time listening to that. They'll have their tactile and print copies. So now let's actually dive in and start creating messages. So we're creating protocols to be able to connect to each other. We need to use Morse code in this instance. That's our protocol we're using. So we'll have two students, and in between the students, you're gonna have a string. I wouldn't have it very long, maybe just a few feet at the most, maybe a foot, because what we're going to be doing is plucking the string with Morse code. So the other person can hear and feel that Morse code. So you pluck it one time for E, because E is just a one time. And then the students can, in between each letter, write it down. And then do the next letter and then write it down and try to figure out the word. And if they're really struggling with the string and the plucking, you can always just tap on the desk and hear that. Or for other students, if that doesn't work, tap on the hand. Dash is a long tap. Tap for the dots. Dot, dash, dot, dash. So those are different ways to do that. And then they can write down their messages that they send to each other. A lesson extension for this activity is we have protocol cards, and that they can then write their answers down in their computer science journal. So this way, we had the protocol of Morse code before. Now the students can actually in groups or pairs, they can come up with their own protocol for letters. For example, 1 clap for A, B, C is 3. And that might get a little tricky when we get further down to the 20s for our letters. So you can do clap, snap, starting at like further down the alphabet. So they're not having to just clap 20 to 26 times. But then they can create this protocol, write down all of their information of how it works, and then give it to their partners, and then give it to somebody else for them to solve your message. So this is our lesson on protocols. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again.